Have a look at the two sides for the opening game this afternoon. Australia unchanged from this morning. Julian Blewett, Ponting, Fleming, Gilchrist, Martin, Di Venuto, Simmons and Robertson standing down, I think, unless a little bit of bounce early afternoon for Fleming there.
Damien Fleming trying to cut down the angle here on Kaneko.
Nice stroke down the ground, doesn't make the max zone. Outside the off stump, there's a solid line, 30 inches from the middle stump. And that's an outside edge, and Julian strikes. Gilchrist takes a comfortable catch. And Australia, as they did this morning, make early inroads into the opposition's batting lineup. New batsman AJ Jadeja. To say that very slowly, otherwise you end up with all your ages in the same dages. Struck away. That's the ability of the man. He's just been in for 2 balls. One of them he couldn't reach, and the second one just into his pads and just played an orthodox, just clipped it up. Sweet part of the bat. Clears the man, saving one at short fine leg, and whacks into the advertising hoarding. Got it over Jadeja at the moment. And that's out. Well, what a start for Australia. And the strike man is the man who actually hasn't bowled the most accurately, but that's often the case, or sometimes the case. So the second Indian wicket falls to a good catch from Fleming, falling away to his right.
Yeah, that was a great catch from Damien Fleming. It wasn't, I think you put that down to a batsman's mistake rather than clever bowling. It was just a wide sort of half volley down the leg side. Mongia threw the bat at it, and Damien Fleming took an absolute screamer. I agree with you, Robin. I think it might be even worth putting a slip in there for Damien Fleming and just have a bit of a dip and see if he can get an edge or something. A new batsman as well. India in a little bit of trouble here with 2 wickets down. Does bowl a bit of loose stuff on the way.
Jadeja just about reaches that with the toe end of the bat, and it gets over the short third man position, but with not enough power to reach the boundary. End of the over, 18 for 2.
Bit of the short stuff.
Whipped away by Singh. That's bread and butter, really. Swinging half volley just on the pads, and with the fine leg up. 5 overs or so after this delivery, which is driven down the ground. That might get in the max zone, and does. Will it go for 8? No, it's only gone for 2 off the bat, plus the 2 for the max zone. 4 to Robin Singh, and the next person you'll hear from is David Hooks, and with him.
And that's going to go close to the max area as well, and that has made a lot of noise. So that has gone over the top for 6. Just wait for the referee to signal. He has, so 12 runs. So consecutive hits into the max area, 1 into it and 1 over it.
He's amazing, isn't he, Brendan Julian? He's picked up a couple of wickets, but he's going for plenty again. Just occasionally has a bad over. The big 12.
Chance to run out at the batsman's end, and he's hit the stumps. Adam Gilchrist appealed, but the umpire has in fact called for the 3rd umpire, so the replay will come into vogue. Not too much activity by the Indian batsman RJ Jadeja, so one would assume that he's pretty comfortable that he's home.
Yes, he looked comfortable from here. Beautifully fielded. He's a magnificent athlete, Brendan Julian, about 6'6" tall, and I think he gets his bat down in time. Yep, he's safe.
And he has smashed that into the max zone as well. That's gone to a 4, which means it's an 8. So Brendan Julian bowling to the middle of the bat and allowing the batsman to hit straight.
Not a wild swing of the bat.
And that's up in the air. Man at cover point on the fence won't get there. Just plugs in the very heavy, moist turf in the outfield. And that's a crisp hit. And you don't hit them any better than that. And Blewett just shakes his head as the umpire signals 6 runs over the fence.
a short arm swat. Look at that, the power through the ball. And that's where he hits big sixes. It'll be a lost ball, I would say, and he won't get any more for a lost ball. They'll just have to bring another one out. Look at this go. It's probably cleared the boundary by some 50 metres.
Nice subtle little chip into the max zone, and 8 runs. Not trying to hit it too hard, just a nice full-length delivery, and Robin Singh able just to chip it over the bowler's head.
It's a very good shot. The ball didn't actually turn, which meant that he could hit through the line of the ball. He's going to come around the wicket. My goodness, where's that gone? That is 6. Lands in the players' viewing area. Just as I'd said, he'd been doing a pretty good job, Andrew Simons. He's bowled a shocker of a full toss. Right on the hips, and it's gone out of the park for 6.
Well,
oh, what a good shot. Just got inside it just a little bit and picked his spot and hit it there. Dangerous. One-day cricketer, Jadeja is.
Yes, he's got the ability to make it look also ridiculously simple. He's very laid back, doesn't seem to be pressured at all, doesn't let the pressure get to him. Takes his time, he's a good thinker of the game, and look at the way he's made room and hit that ball to the boundary. Keeps cool all the time, Ajay Jadeja, and he's in very good company. Robin Singh is another one who seems unflappable. Greg Blewett batted brilliantly in that match.
And out. That's good bowling because Jadeja looked to give himself just a little bit of room, and Greg Blewett followed him in there and cramped him up, and all he could really do was just flick it away on the onside, and he found Ricky Ponting on the boundary.
Yes, it's amazing how often batsmen today have found the fielder in exactly the same spot. The fielders haven't had to move at all. Ricky Ponting had to do very little to get hold of that catch. Jadeja has done his bit for India after a slow start. He's given them a good partnership with Robin Singh, and India have lost their 3rd wicket for 106.
Now there's somebody that my co-commentator might recognise. Don't know how long ago he left home, Sunil. Well, that's gone a long way in the air, and we'll take some catching. And oopsie, now that might have been a brilliant save at the end of it all, although he caught a advertising board in the nose for his troubles. Umpire isn't asking to see it again, but there's a chance of a collision between two fielders to start with, which is always dangerous, and then tremendous reactions there. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Well, that's certainly in the max zone, but it's pitched and spun back like a 9-iron. So the flag goes up. He will get 2 off the bat. And that just caps it off. A fantastic bit of bowling from Damien Fleming. So just 2 off the over, if I recall correctly. I think at the beginning of that over, the score was 122 for 3. And he's run in and bowled the last over for 2, including the wicket of Gavaskar off the last ball, who really had no option but to try and hit it as hard and as far as he could. And just pressure applied by some wonderful bowling.
Yes, that was a terrific over by Damien Fleming.
And we are looking now at Michael Di Venuto opening the batting for Australia. He's opening the batting with Greg Blewett, who's off the mark already with a single. So Captain Gilchrist has slid down the order just a little bit. A feature to me of the India innings was a Fantastic last over. And that's not a bad opening over. First baller for Di Venuto, looking to cut that away down to third man. Looked like it came back at him just a little bit there, Bruce.
Yes, I met Ajit Agakar just before the first game started today, and I said, oh, you're the guy who's been taking a few wickets lately in India. He said, yes, I move it around a bit. That was magnificent, wasn't it?
He wasn't lying, was he?
Didn't that come back late? Beautiful delivery.
Ricky Ponting at the crease. So Ponting and Blewett. This could be very entertaining.
Ponting has got his hands full here.
So looks just a little bit nippy. That looked like it struck Ponting on the left shin just a little bit earlier than he anticipated.
Two fingers just slightly spread across the seam or down the seam. He's paid the penalty there. He's straight onto leg stump and it didn't swing, so he's gone for 4. Oh, for 6.
He bowls to a seasoned player. It's just leg stump, isn't it? Thank you very much. I'll pick that up. Perfectly timed and over the rope. One more time. Look at that.
With a balance there, eh?
Change of pace that I was talking about, and a smile, and another smile.
That was a superb delivery. He can't believe he hasn't got a wicket there, Robin Singh. Smiled about it. Could have very easily been a wicket, but it's gone over the top.
So's that. Well over the top. And we look for the flag. Is it in the zone? The flag stays down. Only 6. Only. Certainly impressed us. Another impressive shot from Ponting. Through extra cover and good running from the two of them. I say first impressions is that it's quite a small ground, and it's not the case really. It's not too wide, but lengthwise it's a reasonable size, and we've seen a lot of twos hit into orthodox areas like this, and long off runs round, and we're very comfortable too. And that's a very comfortable 4.
How good was that? I thought the cover drive for 2, the previous delivery, was just exquisite, but my goodness, what magnificent timing. It's just gone with it, and a square drive on the rise. Magnificent.
And the fine leg up saving 1. You can't get it anywhere near leg stump, young man, no matter what you say about it. No, 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 Mr. Singh, you cannot bowl there. Not with your fine leg up. I mean, you shouldn't really bowl there even when he's down. Blew it very quickly onto that, but beautifully caught in the deep. I was just about to announce 4, and that's a big blow for Australia. Kanetka, the man who did the fielding and the catching, made some ground way to his left. Just have one more look at it. It's a good shot from Blewett. He likes to play that shot, sort of pull shot off the front foot, but nicely caught.
He got into position beautifully there, Kanetka. Got there quickly and was beautifully balanced to take the catch. So Australia in trouble, 35 for 2. Blewett's gone.
And the man who joins him, Andrew Simmons. Again, tremendous balance. Oh, and not tremendous fielding by a man who's just caught a very good catch. Getting it all wrong there.
Fire in towards off stump.
Intentions made pretty clear. Charge down the pitch first ball. Ball turned too. And he just about reached it. There'll be 2 here.
We've talked about a lot of times today, Robin, about playing proper cricket shots. We see Andrew Symonds moving a lot around in the crease, using his feet, trying to get the bowler to do something different. And Chauhan's been equal to the task so far. He's bowled a couple of excellent deliveries.
That's down into the zone and over the long on's head, but has it gone for 4 or 6? 4. Ooh. The bowler will have something to say about that, I should think. But that's 4 for bat, doubled up to 8 because in the zone. Brendan Julian, good hard-hitting player. That's back into the max zone, and they'll run 2, doubled up to 4. Of course, Adam Gilchrist still to come in for Australia.
Hopefully be some entertainment.
Good piece of fielding off his own bowling, and I think he hit that pretty hard, looking at Chauhan's reaction.
Simmons is out. Caught and ball by Chauhan for 21.
Well, he's given him out.
Australia have now lost
And,
the wicket for
Well, Shane, I think you and I better go back to school and work out what a caught and bowled is. There was no reaction by anybody.
Well, David, it looked like it to me. It was just well fielded. A good straight drive and was well fielded. But Andrew Simons was happy to walk, so I'm not sure what's going on, Hooksy.
And no man out there. The only man on the offside, or men on the offside, are just behind point and at long off. And we saw the good footwork of Ponting there from the stump cam, in the sense that he wasn't moving across his crease. He was just waiting for the bowler to bowl the ball. Same there. And again, he's in the same spot. Perhaps not quite hit quite as well, but the same result, 4 runs. Jadeja can't get there. So consecutive boundaries to end a wicket taking over for India. And he's gone across the crease to try and hit the ball on the leg side, and has done it successfully. So a bottom edge 6 for Brendan Julian. That is the shortest boundary on the oval, and that's it. Beautiful piece of bowling. And again, what Shane Warne was talking about, the wandering batsman across the crease. He's paid the ultimate penalty. He's just hit a 6, and then he decided to wander across the crease, and the good arm ball hit middle and leg stump.
Yeah, just trying to give himself room to hit it through the offside, and just gave himself too much room and missed the ball. He should have been trying to hit it down the ground and playing good, sensible cricket bat shots.
Brings the Australian skipper to the crease, Adam Gilchrist. The target has been and he's had a big swing at that, and
Here we see the replay. Adam Gilchrist trying to hit that across the line over mid-wicket and just losing the bat. And Nia Mongia might have needed that helmet again to watch the bat flying out.
And that's what he plays very well. Sweep shots or shots through square leg and mid-wicket, and a 6 to really hurt India. And no slip in place. Pretty tough one for a spinner to find. A captain courageous enough to put in a slip in this form of cricket, but another boundary of the Australians, and that takes them to 2 shy of victory. And this is the 3rd match on the first day of the Super Max 8s.
And just as he's about to reach the ball crosses the boundary rope.
And that may be enough. All the way to the boundary. So Australia has played 2 games and won 2. Beating both Pakistan this morning and now beating a very good Indian side, who perhaps, as RJ Jadeja said to us before the game, before India fielded, about 25 runs short. And this is the winning shot by the Australian captain. Gilchrist very, very strong through that area, as the scorecard is that Australia chased 124 for victory, finished with 4 for 126. Ponting, Simons and Gilchrist, the damaging batsmen for Australia, after both openers were dismissed very cheaply. And for India, wicket apiece to the first 4 bowlers, but really tough for the Indians to defend just 124 against Australia. So the final result, as the clouds come by, Australia has won against India by 3 wickets. And to our Fox Sports viewers in Australia, we bid you good night and look forward to your company tomorrow morning here from Kuala Lumpur.